Brandon, and welcome back to the IESF World Championships Counter-Strike Women's Qualifiers. Quite the mouthful. We've got pretty exciting action coming up for you guys. We're into the best of threes now, and now joining me, as usual, is B-Dog, back in the flesh after we had Nero covering us for the best of ones. Now we're into the thick of it, Brandon. You're here, and you're ready to share all your wonderful knowledge.
Yeah, look, really excited to be here, of course. And look, we're back from player break, but we're still keeping up with the national teams. It's very much like the football, although I don't want to talk about that anymore. You're right, in the playoffs, and of course, there's 6 spots on the line to qualify through to that LAN final. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to talk about, and we should probably get into it.
Yes, so we're covering 2 games here on the stream today, but there's plenty of action just going on in general because we've got a lot of teams fighting for those remaining spots. And yeah, we can take a look at our first game of the day, Brandon. It's going to be Sweden versus Romania. Now, these 2 teams have been on some pretty good runs so far in IESF. Sweden yet to drop a series as they top their group flawlessly, all those best of ones. Romania did have a little hiccup on the way with it was a loss to Spain, I believe.
Yeah, and that was a really close game, to be honest. But I kind of queried you about that. I said, what went wrong in that game for Romania? Because on paper, you take a look at this team, they're playing with the best women's player in the world in Anna. They should have no trouble in best of ones. And well, Spain, they're a team that are playing just outside of this competition anyway. They've just been kind of participating just sort of outside, which means they've had a lot more time to practice, a lot more time to scrim together. And they come in as one of the underdogs here to try and take one of these top 6 spots. But with that aside, it is best of ones. I feel like that's definitely the caveat we've got to draw into this. The fact that anything can happen in a best of one. You go into these best of threes now, you expect Romania to be performing a lot better. You have got the fact that this is an upper bracket game, so if you lose this, you're not out of the qualification chances at the moment. So there's a lot potentially riding on this, because obviously the deeper you get in the upper bracket, the more likely it is that you qualify through in the first place. And you're going up against an opposition, if you're Romania in Sweden, that have just looked red hot.
Yes, worth just, I guess, visiting quickly. We don't have a graphic for it, but if you're wondering at home, you can go to Wikipedia to look at how it all plays out in the bracket. But there's 8 teams that are through to the upper bracket, and then 8 teams that start in the lower. So it's a very difficult battle for those teams in the lower bracket, because remember, there's only 6 spots, 16 teams, so 10 are gonna miss out, which is obviously, just the way it goes. And obviously, Team Netherlands is the European team that's already there at the World Championship. They didn't have to go through this qualifier because they won last time, obviously, so they lock in that spot for free. So it's 6 other European teams to be joining them, which I think is actually a big increase on last year. So really exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is definitely an increase from last year. And I think just in general, just not only in Europe, but all of the teams that kind of are making it through to the LAN at the end of the year in Riyadh, there's a big increase. And that's fantastic, because it gives not only just players that are kind of breaking through at the moment, just sort of the impact scene, some sort of international experience and just more LAN exposure, more competition, which is what we want. It also gives us a chance to take a look in the off season at potential players where we think, could this player be a possibility? Could they be coming through? There's going to be a lot of organizations that are just going to be watching these games quite intently anyway to see if there's a next diamond among the rough.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, last year we had 3 European teams that ended up playing. Obviously, Romania was the host country, and it was Team Poland and Team Romania, sorry, as I said, and Team Netherlands, obviously, who won it. So this is a different Team Romania than the Team Romania that played last year. So we still have Anna, we still have Melly, and we still have Ratons. So the 3 kind of stars of this team, at least that was what seemed the case in the best of ones, those 3. I mean, you'd obviously expect Anna and Melly to be the top performers. We can actually bring up the lineup so we can take a look at these teams. We'll start with Romania, as I've already started rattling off about them. Anna, Melly, the 2 stars that you would expect in the server. Melly in particular, her form this year has been fantastic. It feels like she's really dove in and thrived in CS2. And then Ratons has just been this really good performer for this team. I feel faintly that she was a great performer for the squad last time around, but in this qualifier, she's been really good. And Lena is, I guess, the other interesting player here, because she is a bit more of a veteran in this team. So I believe that she played from, we were saying last week, in the 2017 or 2018 kind of international Team Romania. So, she's represented her nation on the world stage before. So interesting, they went for experience to kind of round out the roster.
I like that though, because for Romania last year in particular, it felt like they were so close, and it was just a couple of these swing rounds that really went against them. So that experience being brought in should really help them moving forward. We have to take a look at Sweden though, because this team, we've already mentioned it, undefeated in the group stage, and it features some incredible names like Giuliano, Zaz. They need no introduction. Alongside them, a really strong supporting cast as well. You've got Jenkin, Nia, and Emsan. Emsan coming in recently from Ents as well, has had a breakout year in 2024 slash the back end of 2023, and has definitely carried me in a few games. So I know the capabilities that she's got. A very young player that will benefit a lot from having this experience.
Yeah, and I think the play that really surprised me the most on day one, because we got, I think, 2 Sweden games on the stream, so got to cover them firsthand. Obviously, we expected Giuliano and Zaz to play well, which they did. Giuliano called some really good Counter-Strike, actually. But Jenkin in particular, I think, really stood out. She was really, really fantastic. She won, like, I think 3 or minimum 2 1v1s. I think there might have been a third clutch in there. Basically was the reason that they beat Denmark, because it was a 13-11 scoreline in the end. Denmark had a massive lead, but a few of these clutch rounds from Jenkin were enough to kind of put it back into the favor, and was enough to get Sweden on that opening game, to start off their run here. So yeah, that was really cool to see. Just every kind of element of this team. It feels like a super team. If you were to put together a Swedish super team, this is about as good as you could get. Obviously, there's a few names that you could throw in the mix. I think Seven Licious, obviously one that represented the squad previously. I think she's a sub this time around. But yeah, with what we've seen so far from this team, it looks really good.
Yeah, and I think for Jenkin as well, right? You've got to consider that she's one of these players that currently doesn't have a team. Got released from NIP a few months ago. This is sort of the environment where we are going to be looking for these players to really step back up. And I really like that Jenkins kind of reminding us of what kind of a player she is. And that is a very clutch player, a player that is really methodical, has got a lot of experience. And that kind of blends into what we're saying about Team Romania, where they needed that experience, they've gone away and they've brought that in. And now here with Sweden, you keep Jenkin, and she's just reminding us, hey, I'm here, I'm well, I want to perform, I want to be back in ESL Impact Season 6. Like, this is a really good spotlight. If she keeps stepping up, if she keeps providing against some of the world's best, then surely eyes will be on her.
Yeah, I mean, Nia's in a similar position as well, right? With the disbanding of Guild, looking for a new home. So yeah, definitely a good opportunity for these players to get into the spotlight. And I think what's really cool about this team, obviously you have Giuliano reunited with Zaz, right? They went their separate ways this year, with Zaz joining Imperial. So we get them back together again, which, that's everyone likes to see that. So there's a lot of familiarity there for Giuliano in terms of, she can rely on her pieces. She knows that, she can kind of expect a certain level of performance out of them. And, what we've seen from Giuliano, she's called with a few different squads, in the past 12 to 18 months, and has had some good success with all of them. So, I think in terms of the IGLs that we've got present across Europe, she stands out to me as probably head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the veto now to see kind of where we're ending with this. I'm going to let it roll. Oh, do you know what? No, I'm not. It's just here immediately.
All right, Brandon, can I talk to you before we go into this?
Go.
Because I want to talk to you about what we had last week. We covered 9 games on the stream. We had 2 Mirages, 1 Anubis, and we had 6 Ancients.
Oh, nice. So, okay. So we're keeping up the trend.
Yeah, it's good to see we're not getting any innovation today. And I imagine we'll continue to see these bloody maps. We might not see Ancient here, at least. We'll see.
At least Ancient's, in the back, right? So the streak does continue, but at least we have got Mirage. We've got then Anubis here for Sweden. And to be honest, look, when you take a look at this Sweden pick, it makes a lot of sense, though, doesn't it? Because if you actually remove Zaz out of the equation, everyone else for Team Sweden plays a lot of Anubis when you look at their sort of like domestic teams, right? For Romania, when you take a look at Mirage, it's one of those where you just feel like you're going to out-aim. Melly, or let her cook, loves out-aiming people. Anna, best AWPer in the world, suddenly you put her on Mirage, you kind of expect her to perform really well. So even though we are getting these same maps, I wasn't aware of the streak being that ridiculous. But you actually take a look at the veto, it makes an awful lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's an interesting one for, well, I mean, this is always going to be the case when you've got players that obviously represent orgs and that we know and love from kind of the top tier of women's Counter-Strike having to play in a completely different squad is they're going to have to adapt. And we get to see Anna on Anubis. That's kind of cool, right? Because this is a map that was just never really embraced by Enigma Galaxy at kind of any stage. And then
Have we ever seen her on it?
I don't think we've ever seen her play it, right? Because
Okay.
they did prac on it, I think Vilga was saying, but I
Yes.
don't think they ever actually played an official because they just swapped the veto immediately when it came out. And then Imperial with Zaz coming in, no change there. So this might even be the first time in an official we get to see Anna play Anubis.
Yeah, because Zaz was playing it on G2
Yes.
with Giuliano. I think another interesting point that I wanted to kind of bring up maybe before the veto, but I guess it's all still relevant, right? Is when you take a look at Team Sweden, every single one of these players plays in an international lineup, which means that they're going to have sort of all these new ideas being brought over from all these different regions, and they can now blend it in towards their national team. For Romania, that's not really the case, especially with sort of Ratons. You look at her level of experience. You take a look at players that are now coming back into the fold for Team Romania as well. I feel like there's going to be a lot more ideas. Obviously, with Giuliano at the helm, there's a lot more sort of maybe creativity in this team. So I'm really excited to kind of see how that all blends together and how quickly it can also mesh together.
Yeah, I think when we look at kind of the map pools of the different teams here, Sweden's definitely got one of the strongest. Obviously, the strongest is going to be Poland's, just because it's an RV. So obviously, they're going to have a big advantage. And then I probably put Spain not that far behind them, just because they have been playing as, I think the team's called Yumi or Yume. I'm not sure if in Spanish.
Sure.
So I imagine they've got kind of a fairly fleshed out map pool. But for the rest, yeah, it's going to be, this will be the true test in the best of threes. Because in the best of ones, as we saw, you can just play Ancient and you can kind of get away with it. But here, obviously, Romania are very comfortable in Mirage. We did see them play Mirage last week and they looked really good on it. I think that's right. Maybe I'm talking about my butt, but I'm pretty sure we did.
That's fine.
One of the Mirage
here.
games.
You can say anything.
Yeah, I can say anything I want. Doesn't matter. Who's going to fact check me? Yeah, exactly. I was completely wrong when I was telling people about how the playoffs were going to work last week. And I went to chat afterwards and I was like, I'm about to lie to you guys on the stream. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm trying not to lie to you right now because Romania, I think they've got a really strong chance on Mirage. I think that's without saying. They have to win it because Anubis is going to be really, really difficult for them, as you've kind of painted the reasons for that. But then Ancient is a really good for Romania. We saw last week, Anna, incredibly comfortable the map. Melly, obviously, Ancient was the sort of linchpin, the main driving force of Leto Cook's run at ESL Impact, right? That's where they got a lot of their success was on that map. So, she's super comfy on that as well. So if we get to Ancient, I think it's up in the air because Sweden looked great, but then they also had a really close game versus Denmark where there was some clear weaknesses. So anything could happen if we get there.
I want to kind of not put you on pressure a little bit, but obviously you've been watching a little bit of Sweden, a little bit of Romania. How aggressive is Romania? Probably compared to Sweden, because I feel like Romania is probably a much more aggressive team, right?
Yeah, so it's actually interesting because we saw both Romania and Bulgaria had Jonana, right?
Yes.
And Hellrose. So so some players that definitely bring that aggression. And the playstyle was a lot more aggressive with that team than I thought with Romania, interestingly enough, because Anna is inherently not an aggressive player. So it was a lot of, I guess, melee, as you'd imagine, but then is a lot more kind of mid-roundy. I think you're obviously expecting it out of Sweden with Zaz because she is someone that goes for those early fights. But what I noticed about Sweden the most is there was a big difference between the game versus Denmark and the one we later saw against, I'm going to say Portugal was the one we had on stream later on. Yeah. Where Giuliano called a completely different game between those two. And that was really interesting to see that there was this real variety to the game plan depending on the opponent and what they expected them to bring to the server, because Denmark comes through with kind of the Astralis core, even though they're not all part of Astralis now, with Rams and then kind of IGLing for that squad. So you've got a real structure there. And so the approach from Sweden was very different to that team versus Portugal, which was a lot more based around kind of the mid-round from Sweden on the T side. So yeah, anyway, don't know if that helps you at all, but that was what I noticed was that there was a lot of different variety that Sweden were bringing out depending on the opponent.
That does actually help a lot, because here, I'm going to just take what you said. I'm going to try and spin it into my BS narrative. And that will be Sweden can adjust a lot more on the fly. We'll go into our matchup now. And I think Sweden, they're going to have a good chance here. Do you know what? I'm just going to say it. I think they're going to win 2-0. There's my prediction. There it is. I think Giuliano is going to call a fantastic game. And I'm excited to see it. Let's get into it, Lucy.
Yeah, that's been the story of Sweden's run here in IESF so far. Between them and France, both have looked incredible. And I guess you could throw Poland in the mix, even if I'd argue they had a very easy group. So we didn't get to see them truly tested. Nice shot from Giuliano to kick things off. She's looking for more. Second one doesn't look quite as clean, and she has to fall back because she's lost that, supporting from the window. But okay, that one's clean. Giuliano, sharp with the USP. 2 kills for her. And it's trying to push up through connector. It's going to be difficult for the Ts because there are CTs all over the place. But Lena has found that space, and Anna jumped into the window.
Yeah, you've got to play 3-on-3 here now if you're Sweden. Emsan can't really over-aggress too much, and I really like the fact she's playing patient. Giuliano walking forward, but it's Alexa to take space in CT. It's going to be a collision, but one in which Team Sweden will win not once, not twice, but 3 times over. A clean retake for Sweden, and they get the pistol.
Beautiful round from Giuliano. Those 2 kills in middle were clean. She stays alive and just is a nuisance, rotates perfectly, and then Emsan can help support. They just have all the numbers there to clean it up. You can see where it could have got a little hairy with Zaz going down and that space being taken. Romania did a fairly decent job of recovering from a tough position where they were kind of locked out at connector, but getting Anna in window and Lena into jungle, finding that player, that was the way in, but fighting forward to CT doesn't work out. Sweden take the pistol. Giuliano immediately an orb.
All right. I thought she'd probably be open on this team.
Yeah,
Makes
she is.
sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
But second round is crazy.
That is crazy. Before we jump into all the shenanigans in middle, what I will say is that immediately in that pistol, we had 2 instances of Sweden disengaging, playing passive, grouping up, and winning the round together. And that's exactly what they're going to need to do here. Alexa will find Giuliano. Ratons has found another with the Deeg, and that AWP can now be recovered, and that is straight in the best player's hands.
Oh no, you've given Anna an AWP. The second round AWP is crazy.
But you have got this push already through ramp. Zaz is lurking. If she gets aggressive and she times it, it might not be possible. Missed shot out of Anna gives a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, Anna's just going to run away now because she's fired that off. But Nia's going to have to do everything. And she's feeling pressure from every angle. But she might be able to save this. No, Anna fast routing into short, able to get that kill. So it's a bomb planted. And it's Anna with an AWP in the post plant. Now, the other 2 just had the pistols. So this round is going to hinge entirely on what Anna can achieve with this sniper. So we have the CTs approaching from 2 different directions. The molly's perfect, but Anna's shot is great. And Melly hits the headshot onto Zaz. That one stings for Sweden. It was pistols from Romania, not even a force.
That's a wild round and a heartbreaking one to lose immediately if you're Sweden. And as soon as Anna misses that shot in towards CT, and I'm hyping up the player that Zaz has made, she should have gone. She should have immediately rotated, should have already flanked through spawn, already been on that backline. She was there half a second earlier, even 1 second earlier. I tell you what, that round would have been completely recovered. I have no doubt in my mind. Instead, the delay, because of just the discombobulation caused by these pistols, means that Romania have found a round out of absolutely nothing. And you were questioning it. You were saying Giuliano's brought the AWP out in the second round. Why on earth has she done that? Well, suddenly Anna, licking her lip, she's got it for free.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because I guess the anticipation is you're going up against the force fire because the bomb went down, and then you can kind of justify it. But if there's a chance they're not going to be forcing, I don't know, I just feel like you value a rifle or an SMG in most cases in the second round. But there's arguments for both ways. Force buy back, and it's a 1-for-1 in the apartments. So we get a double lower push.
Oh, they're going B.
Yeah, the CTs are crawling in the walls. They're just going to accelerate through short, and that means they're going to be going straight into a pretty strong site with the amount of defenders here. Yeah, they're everywhere, and they're hitting all their shots, but they're just being run over by these rifles. Rattens is all alone. AK goes a little bit wild, but she does do a lot of damage. Doesn't matter. Zaz swings from above and they force it right back into him.
That's wild that they committed to that short play. You spotted 2 players underpass. You might not have maybe heard or seen the players in towards apartments, but if you're seeing that much investment in towards underpass, you don't see anything top mid, you just go A there. I feel like, again, we are seeing both teams giving over these little mistakes, maybe pressure creeping in. Now we're in the playoff stage. But it almost feels like the fact that Juliana gave away the AWP now doesn't matter because Anna's now had to reinvest one as well. Now a fight for middle is about to brew, and Romania, they've got it.
Yeah, keep your eyes on player in underpass. Zaz has dropped. How anticipated she will be. I think Melly definitely has the read. Yeah, she doesn't miss those. That's a nice way to get an opener. Yankee does go over the smoke and catches Alexa, so that's something back.
I just hate how uncomfortable that felt. Nice flash, get Giuliano on the angle, but are you aware for Ratons? Now Melly, who was under, is now looking to apply a little bit of pressure, try and cause a rotate over, but Giuliano finding Lena in Palace is brilliant, because that means that Nia can stay rooted.
Yeah, now you can kind of focus elsewhere. You've got Yankin who can support and might not be needed. That's a nice headshot with the MP9. Anna just has a bomb and an AWP. That's all she has. Doesn't even have armor. So I think she's relying on someone peeking into her. And yeah, I don't want to give her too many opportunities. She'll start looking for them. For an extra defender back. That is the bomb spotted as well. A bit weird for the T's because you can't really go for it. Next round, you're going to be ecoing. Personally, I think you send in Ratons maybe just to see if she can get something. Maybe a bomb plant or a kill, but her surviving kind of stings because she'll end up with the same kind of value in a weaponry and deagle than if she died. So I think it's better that she dies. Or tries to get that rifle. I mean, it's too late now, but
yeah, it's one of those double-edged sword type of plays because you're right. It would still you're forcing into this. Actually, are you? No, you're not. Yeah, she should have died. You completely
because then it keeps 4 players at 2K,
yeah.
right? And then Anna can just have a lighter buy into the next round.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I think with that play, Giuliano gets the MVP kill on Lena in Palace. Because suddenly that pushes Romania into B. They have to go into Nia, into that MP9. And also, they just go slightly early. Speaking of B, here we go again. Anna finds Giuliano. That's the opener. And Romania are running in.
Nice molly. That's going to cause problems. Yeah, Alexa had nowhere to go. Forced straight into the fight. Can they get this second AWP so they can try and do further damage? Melly is begging for it. Does pick it up and is just about staying alive between all of the flames and utility. Can she get out? Yes. Okay. That's now something to work with. 2 AWPs and a deagle that has armor. And a 4-on-4. It's not impossible.
It's not, but at the same time, you've got no map control. This is really well played from Zaz right now, pushing in towards mid. All she needs to do is not overextend and peek into melee. That's the way to give Romania a way back into this round, because that's another AK that can be scavenged. That's another weapon placed into their hands. I would have loved it if Zaz just remained patient, but it's that aggressive play style. It's that need to feel like you need to get something in this round to make it feel a lot more secure, but instead it's gone the other way. And now Melly's just taking risks because she knows that Sweden isn't going to peek her.
Yeah, she can just make her way up short. She'll get the information that can set up the rest of the team. Nia's going to be hearing her being loud, but she's not hearing this silent approach. And Melly still gets another kill. Nia can still make an issue of it, but no, Raton's quick on the trade. So it's just Msan. If she had a HE, might have been able to get the kill. Now with 2 AWPs locking her down, she gets the first kill, but that was onto the unarmored rifle. They're both so low. Definitely make this work. Kit available. Smoke will give us something to work with, something to play around. Needs to catch the timing when these 2 AWPers aren't looking her way. Melly's actually on the P250, and that's all she's going to need.
Yeah, what a round. And again, we're already seeing it in this first half. It is mistakes being made by the other team that is allowing there to kind of sort of just be this only 1 round differential between the two of them. Good opening kill from Anna. Juliana can't do anything about that, but it's this overextension from Zaz, and then Melly just does the rest on the AWP. And I really like how loud she was being. So Lena is always struggling between just 2 different angles. Not Lena, sorry, Nia. So even though she finds one, she immediately gets traded because they're just being quiet in towards the B apps. Well orchestrated round from Team Romania. Back on the pistols are Sweden. This means Romania can equalize and they can just set the tempo because the money isn't going to be great even in that following round. Looks like Juliana is prioritizing the AWP again.
Can't blame her on a map like this. This has been a very mid-B centric start to this game. We might see a test as players lurk through. Zaz with the P250 does get a kill. Alexa's in trouble. She needs to stay alive. And she's gone down as well. This is crumbled. It's on to Ratons on 1 versus 2. Giuliano picks up the AWP and, as you mentioned, has that bomb. Neither of these teams is able to hold on to these rounds that should be the walk in the parks.
My head's in my hands. I don't understand how you've lost that fight. Giuliano needs to confirm the kill, but unscopes. So that gives Ratons an opportunity. Nia, you got to remember, she's only on a deagle. Positions herself under Palace. But Ratons thinks the gateway is open towards B, and it is. It's a clear runway. 20 seconds, knives out, has to just commit, has to just believe that Nia's not there, and she'd be right.
Yeah, Nia's the B player, but with Giuliano's position, how she was so deep over towards the far side of Spawn, that means that Nia's most likely rotated CT. So Ratons makes that gamble, pays off, bomb down, and now the odds are much better in her favor. Nia doesn't have the kit, at least armored behind the AK, but needs to find Ratons, who's just sitting patient, hasn't really moved, waiting for the swing out the door. The wide swing from Nia is enough. Ratons can't quite adjust. And so Sweden steal a round away.
Just when you think they're going to win, they don't. Every time, every round. Alexa feels pressure immediately at ramp, which is why she's called Anna over. They don't expect the push in from Palace. And Anna's only got a Tech 9. That's how that falls apart in Spawn in the first instance. Ratons does so well to isolate those 2 kills. To make the decision to go B. Even had the right idea of where Nia was rotating in from and just can't win out the gunfight.
Can't hold angles in CS2, Brandon.
You really can't. Sweden are holding on by the skin of their teeth. And it's these broken buys that are doing the most damage. They're providing the most value. So even with 1 AK, even with Tech 9s, I have doubts that Sweden are able to convert this.
That's pretty wild. Ratons has an AK and extra 2k in the bank. So I guess it's the future AWP, isn't it? So that's the idea. Oh, that's a hand. But a missed shot. Anna does actually get the kill into Zaz. So a rifle. They're going to be picked up. Base taken. Giuliano wants to fight with the AWP, and yeah, that's bold. That's brave.
Why?
Dare I say it?
Stop.
A little bit of an overextension, Brandon.
No, you don't dare to say it. I'll say it. That was awful. There was no need. It was unnecessary. Emsan had a chance to line them up, but can't knock any of them down. And suddenly, you're in a 4-on-2. Ratons, Alexa, they're quite low. The bomb is being planted for Chenkin if she swings wide, but she doesn't.
No one is winning the rounds that they're supposed to.
You got to save this. You cannot go for this.
Yeah, they are.
Ah!
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Oh, no. Now you spotted both. You still can't go for this.
I don't know. Yankin's interested. Okay, no. Now you can't go for it. Now you don't have a great save either. This
and that
been,
right there,
weird.
I don't want to cut you off, but that right there, that decision where you're thinking about retaking, then you go, no, we'll save. And then suddenly you get one kill, and then Jenkin overextends in towards Connector. That has been that story this entire first half over. It's the indecision. It's the split change in that decision-making. Just trust your gut. Trust with what you want to do. We saw it in the pistol from Sweden, where they played so passive. They disengaged. They grouped up and played as a team. Suddenly, it's these mistakes that are trickling in, and it's not just Sweden. It's also Romania. Stick to your game plan. That's all you need to do here.
Well, based on how things are going, Sweden should win this round with the AK.
Apparently.
But I think Romania are playing it a little safer. Not getting too close to where these pistols could cause troubles.
This is a cool setup, by the way. So you're jumping at the end of balcony to try and get Anna to shoot, and then you got the swing of the AK right on the windowsill. But with Jenkin pushing under, Melly was holding, and now this sort of activates this jump spot play. You going to be ready? Oh, the molly's perfect. Nia can't get involved.
More stuff. Giuliano's Deagle hunts and finds its target. And the issue is that's a rifle that you can't really pick up, although Anna is feeling a little worried because she's alone with the bomb in the apartments, and, well, she just makes her own way out. So crisis averted. This one looks like it will follow the script. The first round, that seems like it will. Means we'll be tied up 4 apiece shortly.
I think what's interesting in this round is you actually have a pause out of Romania for maybe about 5 seconds, and then Anna starts to go. And I think Anna has realized that just by sort of playing with her teammate Zaz for a season of Impact, and she's already being caught off guard by the fact that Zaz pushed Palace with the pistol in the previous round where she got deleted, and suddenly Sweden are able to convert that one on just pistols. Anna's gone, okay, we need to go now, because I know the game plan of Zaz. I know what Zaz is going to do. She's going to look for these timings. She's going to look to get aggressive as the type of player that she is. It's that familiarity that they have. And there is Zaz in spawn. Can only find one and clean things up. Finally, something goes according to a normal game of Counter-Strike. The pistols don't win.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the buys here, you're still favoring Romania. Giuliano's AWP's out, but we've got 2 players out utility. We've got an MP9 for Nia on that B site. Sweden have been very eager to go for these early fights. Seen Giuliano in middle punished a few times because of this, so I wonder if she'll post Elsa with the AWP. No, will starting window, fires it off and moves about. You can see 2 players for Romania. Oh, that's aggressive. Doesn't quite work out. One falls, but Zaz steps in, and again, it's only one.
Yeah, Giuliano needs to find something, though, alongside MSAD, and they have. Perfect. Okay, 2 kills immediately on this A bomb site. Puts the player advantage back in favor of Team Sweden. And this is going to force Romania to go in towards B. It is only an MP9, but Nia needs to play so passively. And if anything, they need to start cheating a rotate over. They haven't heard anything in a while now, Sweden.
AWP's going to be arriving shortly, and it might get... No, actually, Giuliano moves to A, so she is going to start running now, but it's going to be too late to stop them getting out. Nia, undetected though, swings out just as Radons pulls that bomb out, and Lena can't get out of bench. So Sweden are able to get it done after losing a couple of those early engagements, trying to take the fight to Romania early. They're able to deal with the A prong, put themselves back in the lead.
It's interesting because we are seeing like stylistic clashes within the team happening in that round, because you've got the double aggression out middle, and immediately you've kind of got the backup plan of, okay, well, Giuliano and MSAN need to swing off each other and play a little bit more coherent rather than just route one, Zaz and Jenkin running mid, which is what they love to do, just historically. It's really interesting just watching the styles sort of clash in Sweden. Mac-10's out, and Mac-10 collects 2 kills. Uh-oh. It's okay. She's fallen, which means the rifles can't be picked up. The molly is great to get MSAN off the angle, and Melly makes no mistake.
Yeah, she really does. Again, does catch Lena on the legs. They know where these final two players are. The bomb's not with them. Anna has to run back and pick that up. And Melly can't get to any of these weapons.
I think you go B, right? Because you've seen Yenken jump out of mid. So you can assume that this is going to be cleared. And now you can just fake this if you're Melly, because the bomb down is great and you set Anna up in a post plant.
All right, Melly's picked herself up the AK. This might even still get deadlier. Still, Cole's around the corner. Nia's holding it. Now that's Nia you've spotted. And that's Yenken you saw out mid. So Anna immediately, W, being held. And we know what Anna's like in these positions. She's going to go up against two rifles. They got kits, smokes, flashbang. They're a little bit out of position. So Anna can get ahead of this. She's planted for short, but that's not where she's playing. Pushes forward to market. We can maybe catch off the first player. Flash in. She's hearing Nia on her way, and that one's too easy for Anna. Yenken, what she spotted, it seems like Anna's seen her. Anna catches the scent, and she hones in. Anna locks in the 1v2.
Yeah, well done. Perfectly played. That's exactly the way they needed to do it, Romania, and it set Anna up for success because she will deliver. She will always clutch. The decision to plant short, I thought, was a little bit of a scary one, but her immediate retreat in towards market was perfect. She knows the information of these previous two players. You know that even the rotate in towards market from CT will be delayed. It gives you enough wiggle room to get out of there, and it's just dynamic from Anna. 5 rounds each. You can't split these two teams. It's exactly the way this game is going to go all series long.
Flash play being set up for middle. It's about the extent of it. In fact, no one's really in position to do anything off it. So the flash will come over. We'll see 1P. And the flash was successful, but there's just too many bodies. It should just be a matter of clean up as Romania accelerate, minimizing their casualties, which has not been one of their strong points so far. You'd love to have everything into the next round, which you will. So Romania in the lead, and Sweden don't bring the prettiest buy into this final round of the half.
That's been the story for Team Sweden outside the second round, right? They've not really been bringing any really good buys in at all. But they've been making it work regardless. If they're somehow able to scavenge just sort of 6 rounds out of this, considering just how lopsided the economy has looked, considering how many times our economy has been broken as well by pistols from Romania, then I'd actually be impressed. Giuliano, this is aggressive, and she's actually missed the timing, and now is subjected just to a life in underpass.
Yeah, it's not a comfy position for an AWP to be, especially because she has no kind of knowledge of whether there's presence in apartments. So has to be constantly aware of that possibility.
They've got to know she's
teammates.
here.
She's about to get the fight brought to her. Oh, she swings some more. It's a good tag, but she is removed. Had to take the fight, and Zaz feels like she has to do the same. Does find that kill, but Radons walks through the smoke, and Radons is going to have kills lined up, you think, but Nia spots her and flicks. So we're into a 2-on-2. The key thing is, Melly is in jungle.
Yeah. And that should be the lock-in. Zaz is aware. Zaz is extremely aware and catches Melly off. And suddenly it's Anna again thrown into a position which she needs to triumph in. Utility drop forward to dribble both players out of connector. Anna clearing angles. If she goes B here, that would be massive. And she is accelerating, knifes out. And where Sweden have dropped that smoke and dribbled it, she knows they can't really progress too much further forward. It's going to be this cross. It's going to be on towards Nia, but she's not holding deep. So Anna can just skirt on by.
Crazy. She goes towards B. I don't know if Sweden heard her on site, so they knew that she was on A, but yeah, big call. Another 1v2 for Anna. This one, surprisingly, slightly more doable, but they're grouped up on the CT side. All they need to do is trade effectively and get past that crosshair, which they're doing an okay job of, but she hits the headshot out the window. And a 1 versus 1, Nia taps the bomb. The swing from Anna can't connect with the Tech 9. So this clutch will be denied, and we will have a 6-6 half.
Wow.
And the action continues, Brandon. There's no break. Don't need to stress about it.
No, that's fine. I was interested. We keep going. I'm glad. I thought we did. This one from Anna's really clever, and I just kind of want to reiterate what I was saying before about why she decides to go B here. It's because of the smoke that gets dropped forward, I think, by Zaz to allow the players to kind of scale out of connector, because they're really anticipating Anna to come over from Palace, hold a line in from default towards stairs, and they can swing together on the edges of the smoke. So Anna just completely avoids it. And where they've dropped that smoke as well, they can't really progress past it unless they call for a 3-2-1 and they just expose themselves at the same time. Which is why Anna's got that room. Giuliano's now getting really aggressive. And Sweden will get that equalizer. So this will be 6-6. And I think this favors them. I think this chaotic playstyle weirdly favors them now on the T side.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what their T side looks like on Mirage, because, as I said, we saw very different approaches from Sweden on Ancient, depending on their opponent. Scrappy game thus far. We're getting a late A hit. To the side they go. Anna looking for the headshot on the cross. Can't quite connect it. Nearly run down, but there is a trade back, and it's very quick on these trades. A 3-on-3. Zaz walks out, punishes Lena, who tried to walk through 2-triple. So it's a 2-on-3. Made into a 1-on-3. Ratons can't do a thing. Yanking with the double, and Sweden with the pistol.
She's so good at pistols. That's one thing that you got to keep your eye out for, Yenken. It's her pistol play is just spectacular. Cleans up the last couple of kills at the end there. And I think immediately you figure out where Anna is playing. She started short there. I know she's very dynamic on Mirage with her orb, but once you find out where she is, you just go the other way. That should be the game plan for Team Sweden. Oh, Anna's here? All right. We're not going there then. That's how it should be. This time Anna's on A. In fact, the whole squad. Just vibing on A. And that is exactly where Sweden's going. Uh-oh, Lucy, I'm scared.
Yeah. There's a couple of upgraded pistols that could do damage. Giuliano, oh, Gecko, she meets them. The MAC-10s trying to force their way through and doing so far successfully. No one clears Ninja, but it's okay. It's okay. Anna's MAC-10 without head armor can't get it done. So it costs a little bit in the end. They do lose a rifle in that fray. Recover the AK at least. But at least they don't lose to pistols.
At least. I was still scared. And Anna actually getting a kill on that SMG means that she can get an orb. Sure, it comes without armor, but again, classic Anna, just prioritizing the AWP whenever she wants. Going to start over towards Ticket. Looks like the mid players want to get a little bit more aggressive here. Get stopped and stifled by the utility to begin with. And for Sweden, this is just a default round. You take middle, you see what's up, who's fighting where, and then MSAT can activate on this lurk. She might even just push through the smoke.
Oh, Anna, that's a nice kill to get things started.
Let's see if they do it. Because, you know, you've seen at A, so you go B. And Anna thinks that as well.
Yeah, fast moves. Ratton's holding the smoke if they do decide to push through. There's a boost up for Zaz, so not heard necessarily. I think they're going A. Just with all this positioning, very clear that's the intent. So they've read it correctly. They just need to get past these two defenders. Will that smoke draw Ratons over? Because if she moves, that's when Zaz strikes, and there it is. Couldn't have happened more perfectly for Zaz. Lena can't do a thing. She's burnt out. And that is a clean execute onto A. Perfectly playing with those rotations. Alexa will get one back, so it's still interesting, still on. The 3-on-3, bomb down, and not a kit on these players.
It's all on Giuliano now. She can't die in jungle. That's the key thing, because everyone else from Sweden is playing very non-committed positions. They want to just get it onto a crossfire. Giuliano will confirm that kill. That makes things a little bit easier because everyone's looking at jungle. No one's ready for Yenken, and suddenly Anna has got to save this AWP. That'll be another round on the board. It's flawless so far for Team Sweden. Can Anna get out with the AWP? No, she can't. That's one for Giuliano.
Yeah, that's, I think, maybe just a bit of uncomfort there. The play that's going through Metalhole shouldn't be the one that's kind of making the first play, it feels, because you're never going to win that fight. It really has to be the ticket players that take first contact to try and draw Giuliano's attention to allow that push through the hole, because, yeah, Giuliano's always going to win that fight. It was a kid on the side, so it was definitely a doable round.
Yeah.
They had no way to flush out any of those players.
It's also one of those where it's a good mid-round call, because where Team Sweden have been fighting for middle so consistently and they've experienced no resistance whatsoever, you can just quickly boost into the window and you can take that space. And by going silent, you keep Romania guessing. This one's just pistols, but you don't want to rule them out. We've already seen it this game so far, but Zaz says no, decapitates Alexa. And suddenly, Team Sweden are primed to get their 10th.
Yeah, that last round looked a lot like what I saw from Sweden versus Portugal, where I was really impressed by the way Giuliano was managing those mid rounds. You know, even that situation where they are in the disadvantage, right? They're in the 4 and 5. They have the positional advantage, and that pause, as you mentioned, is enough to get Romania sweating. Sweden are going to find themselves double digits. One player you probably weren't too fussed to find, but that's an AK.
Just don't give them the AWP.
Oh, you might even give them the up. All right. Well, that's gotten costly.
Oh, Anna's dead.
That's fine. The AWP lives.
The thing is, you've shown mid so many times. Even on that eco round, you've gone and you've conditioned middle, and you've had Zaz just accelerating, taking the space every single round. Very much like Romania has been pretty mid-centric. Now it's either this round or the next round where Giuliano goes, "Hey, let's just execute a bomb site. Let's just really limit test this defense," because they're going to be expecting and they're going to have to react towards middle.
Give me B.
And here you go. There's a reaction in middle. Anna starts short.
Well, it's an opening kill for Anna. Zaz gets one back. Onto the sniper. She falls, and they're just going to immediately go, knowing that's out of the equation. But Alexa is still here in the back of the side, and she's set up for a double. Melly also arrives. And Giuliano has to come in clutch. Maybe he has a moment to isolate one. That's a quick shot from Giuliano. Knows that one is on the left. Does she realize that a second player is already crossed to empty? Spots her, but it misses. Just misses. And Raton's wide swings the other side. Doesn't allow Giuliano any further chances.
Really cool there from Anna, because what happens is she gets the kill on towards short, then she's the player that takes contact on towards apartments, which means you don't know how many players are truly lying in wait here on this B bomb site. And where's Team Sweden think they just got to go? They've just got to get into the site. There's not enough piece of utility. There's not enough support network. If there was just an extra flashbang, that really could have been the difference maker. Instead, that doesn't happen. And wildly enough, where these rounds have got really costly towards pistols, where you've given up at an AWP, for example, that enabled Anna to win that previous, Team Sweden are just on pistols.
Zaz, the heroine of this round. Uh-oh, Raton spots a couple. Needs to be careful with the M4. But looking like it's all going to be good. Zaz brought low, should be mopped up. Oh, Zaz has found a triple. It looked like it was all under control. Giuliano picks up the AWP. This was just the Euro AK. How did Zaz survive and get 3? Bomb down. And with the AWP in the hands of Giuliano, she has a strong post plant running all the way around Zaz to middle, and that's where it's planted for. He almost favors Sweden in this. Unless they can get that smoke down and stick it, because it's going to be hard to get a player off. Smoke forward, no HE or anything to blow it. No, it's not the right smoke. It goes too deep. They find both kills. Sweden steal the round.
And they steal the round because I hate to be that guy, but Anna whiffed. In fact, a lot of players whiffed, but Anna up close with the 5-7. That was why Zaz was able to get that kill. It was one bullet. That was the difference. One bullet was the difference there. And suddenly Zaz was able to get it. A really good rotation from her as well in towards short to guarantee potentially denying that bomb. But the smoke, they had two of them. One could have gone in towards front con. One could have just gone on the bomb site. Instead, one just goes a little bit too deep. And Team Sweden are able to steal that round away. Despite Anna's best efforts.
Anna strikes again. An opening kill. Radon's had nowhere to go. Anna's rotated to B, which is where they're going to be hitting through short. Time to scale. Bomb gets collected. And Melly's going to rotate as well. It's got an MP9, which doesn't feel the best. Oh, Anna's timing wasn't fantastic there, but Alexa catches Giuliano.
Oh. This could get even worse. Look at the bomb. It's making its way back, and Lena's already pushed through spawn. So if Anna finding Yenken, and the bomb being dropped, this round's over. It already felt like it was going to be, but because Zaz had all this sort of fake info that the A bomb site was clear because she'd come through connector and not through ramp, and then suddenly you drop the bomb, you lose the round, unless she clutches up, and she has been fantastic. This map, don't get me wrong, but this one feels a little bit out of the equation.
She is a player that goes for them. I'll say that much for her, but yeah, Anna's already on the line, so not going to be the case. Anna, I think a triple kill in that round. She's getting the opening kill actually quite consistently with the AWP, so, you know, can forgive her for that whiff with the 5-7. This has been some scrappy CS. It feels like half the rounds won just haven't been rounds that should have won.
Yes. And let me tell you, as someone who tries to break it down as much as I can, sometimes I don't know. I don't know how that goes wrong, but it does. But Anna's been so good. You've mentioned it, finding these opening kills. This time, it's a fast play. Zaz wants to try and find an opening kill to draw all the rotates away from B. That's where the bomb wanted to go. That was going to be the final destination. Instead, Giuliano, can't do anything against Melly. It's a double header in the apartments, and suddenly Romania are closing the gap here on Sweden.
Yeah, nice kills from Melly. That's a tag from the AWP through the wall as well. Anna's just teasing, firing off shots, and Radon's collects. Only losing one. That's very nice for Romania. That was a slight throwaway round. There was a bit of the extra investment with that hero rifle, but he doesn't even really get to get involved.
I just want to see an execute. I would love to just see a bomb site execute. That'd be cool.
Okay. What if instead we default?
Well, I'd expect nothing less. Alexa going aggressive, being supported by the flashbangs. Trying to get two, but in fact gets none. Just a dink on Yenken. Lineup in the smoke nearly possible. Instead, it's Emsan just getting 2 kills, and suddenly that A bomb site belongs to Sweden. That is just a punchy exec. It's not quite your conventional one, but it's a split. And just all the kills go their way. Zaz is in ladder. Melly's got no idea. What a clean round.
That one's nice. Very fast out the gate. Not slowed down by the aggression at any point. A triple for Emsan, who's just been ticking along. That's a high impact round from her. AWP collected for Giuliano as well in Sweden on that point. This was the map pick of Romania. Remember, we kind of set the stage. Those are clean entries. That second kill is beautiful. Doesn't even matter that she's low. Would have been the same outcome at full HP. But yeah, this is we're worried about Anubis for Romania. So felt that they had to pick this map up. Still a chance for them, but it has to be overtime.
They haven't really got all the best pieces to do it with, right? Double MP9. Zaz is already up B. Anna getting aggressive. Melly needs to find this kill, and fortunately, just in time, it comes at a consequence. Alexa losing her life, and so too does Ratons. Emsan has walked out Palace again and has found 2 more kills. There's another player, Lena, tucked in on ramp. They've not cleared her. They haven't cleared her whatsoever. We'll find the first. And in actual fact, Yenken has just completely ignored her, and he's holding for the B rotate. This round now gets really peculiar.
Yeah. So Anna's going to be heard, spotted. Oh, she commits for the fight, and that now makes it really difficult. It's going to draw Anna back, but I think the T's are heading this way anyway because Yenka can't go anywhere else. Selena tucked into Firebox. Probably just end the round all by herself. Anna can be the distraction, and the swing comes out. Oh, she whiffs.
No.
She whiffs. That was the opportunity. And it's gone. It's dusted. Melia 1 versus 2, but look at her health, 10 HP. Giuliano on a slight off angle. This is going to be impossible to clear. Yeah, both players on the line. Team Sweden take Mirage.
That is so unfortunate. It was... Yenken had so many opportunities to either take a kill or take space. She goes for probably the hardest one out the whole lot. You think that gives a way in for Romania. Lena's set up for success and can't convert the kill. That is not on her, but it's just really unfortunate that that's the way that pans out. Team Sweden, look, you expect them to take this series. I think I definitely did 2-0. It gets really chaotic in that first half. You move on to the T side, they love the chaos. And I think that's why I think it really plays into like Zaz's wheelhouse. And I think that you've got a lot more experience on this Team Sweden team than Team Romania. I just think with the lineup, with like the heritage of some of these players as well, right? The rich history that Giuliano and Zaz have got. So it makes sense that they are just comfortable in the chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that was definitely... This game could have gone very differently just because of the amount of ridiculous rounds that happened.
This could have gone anywhere.
Like, Sweden take it, but Romania, I mean, it could have gone the other way. Or it could have been even more, like, kind of one-sided for Sweden, just with the amount of swing rounds that went for both teams, just based on these pistols during ridiculousness is outrageous. But I think that always, in the end... I think benefits the players on Sweden for the reasons you say, the experience they bring to the table. They're able to thrive in those environments. Whereas to me, it feels like for Romania, it's relying on those three players, right? Meli, Anna, who almost pulled off 2 clutches back-to-back 1v2s, and Ratons, who continues to be that kind of third strong presence in the server for them. But yeah, it's been crazy Counter-Strike. It's yeah.
I think the reason why it's just confidence out of Team Sweden. Like, I feel like if Team Sweden had been playing sort of like the Giuliano, like slow default rounds that you were kind of highlighting in the pre-show, that actually just kind of went the other way. If they played that round of CS, we would have seen maybe 13-5, 13-6. Like, it would have been a lot more of a disparity. I think they come into this thinking that they're the favorites, thinking that they're going to take the series, so they're just happy to kind of throw a little bit of caution to the wind in a number of these rounds. The fact that their bank gets broken, the fact that they are overextending is just kind of clear evidence, in my opinion, as to what we're seeing and kind of into their mindset a little bit, because this felt scrappy. This felt really scrappy, and this didn't feel like Team Sweden, what I expected coming into it.
Yeah, I think so. And you could tell that from the get-go when Giuliano's firing that off in the second round, right? That's really setting the tone. All right, I'm just about to go kill everyone with the off in mid. Like, I'm just better. Doesn't work out for her. Gets decalled. And you can't underestimate the individuals here because the raw talent is really high on both sides of the server. Yeah, Sweden has the experience and the tenure, but, the individuals on Romania, even the ones that aren't, Anna and Meli, have proven to be really skilled. I was actually really impressed by Alexa as well.
Yeah.
Multiple times throughout that map, she was having massive impact rounds. So, you can't just sort of expect to come in and run them over. And I think that was a little bit of a shock. But Sweden do take the first map. We have Anubis coming up next, be coming up slightly after this little break.
Welcome back in, everyone. That was a interesting game, I think, to kick off the broadcast, with Team Sweden picking up that first map on Team Romania's map pick. And now we head into uncharted territory for a few of the players on Team Romania. And we kind of highlighted it. We said Mirage felt like a must-win for them to kind of see Ancient waiting in the wings. Ancient being the most played map of the BO1 stage. Lucy, I don't think we see it. I don't think we get there now.
Yeah, there's a lot of question marks about Romania on this map. I mean, I'm sure they've had their reps. It's a very similar roster to what they brought last time to kind of international stage. So you imagine they've put some time in, in fleshing out that map pool. But Ancient certainly their strongest, and I feel like Mirage their second. So those two maps we know they're tested on. But Anubis, Anna has not played this game in an official that we've ever seen. So yeah, she might have played it, I don't know, in ECA or something, but I doubt it, really. So how she plays it in a team setting is a massive question mark to us. I think the one thing I will kind of say that Romania have is that at least Melly, I think, will feel pretty comfortable on this map. Let her cook. This is actually probably their second best map, I feel. But they had wins over Na'Vi during the regular season, beat HSG in the finals. So, definitely one that Melly should feel comfy on. I think Anna's the sort of player that should slot in anywhere comfortably.
She's going to play mid, and she can be on first responsive duties for A, because look at this exec, immediately shutting players out, but Alexa finds the first kill. Team Sweden have overwhelmed the bomb site. They need to guarantee this trade, and Zaz will confirm it. A little bit laboured, but she's got good space out CT.
Yeah, you see, that's a bit of a, obviously, she gets a great first kill, but she can't really stick around because she has no teammates. So she stands her ground, falls. Now the rest of the squad has to try and pull off this retake. One from each direction. Lena gets the kill on the side. Now it's all on to Zaz, who gets that first kill, tapping the bomb. Zaz just swung over. Time in her favor. Lena is surely not going to stick a 10-second defuse. Surely not. No, Zaz just drops down anyway. She just does not stop moving.
Zaz doesn't care. And that was the feature all season, I think, when she was playing under Imperial, especially in the playoffs, just doesn't give a damn, will just hold W. She thinks she's the best player on the server. She proves time and time again that she is, more often than not, and especially on pistols. This plays right into her wheelhouse. Jumping, being crazy, running in every single direction. It's Zaz's world on Anubis, and currently Team Romania are just suffering in it.
So we won't see much out from Romania into this round. They are playing for the next. Sweden look to wrap A. Brandon, one thing you'll notice, and you won't notice it this round, but I noticed it almost immediately last week, is take a listen to the sound of the M4A1S and tell me if it doesn't sound funky AF.
I'll go one better. I think the PT50 sounds a bit interesting.
Yeah,
as well.
that's why actually I brought it up, because the PT50 sounds a bit wacky too.
Is that new?
No, it's I don't know. Maybe it's the way we're receiving the audio. I'm not sure, because it's only those like particular sounds.
Okay.
So something in the mix, I imagine, makes it interesting, different.
We spoke over this, and to be honest, we probably shouldn't speak over this, because this was a eco round that didn't get too chaotic.
That's true, actually. It went by the script.
That's crazy. I think the danger here as well is that this is obviously Sweden's map pick, and Romania has said, okay, you can start T side.
Yeah, it's actually true. Lena bought ammo with a PT50 and gets herself an SMG and then a kill with it. So that actually ends up being great for her. And I think she's the reason Anna now has an AWP.
I'm excited to see Anna on this. I think she'll probably just play mid. Like the majority of the rounds. If she gets the spawn to go dark, she goes dark.
I think it's going to be very spawn dependent. If she gets either that first or last spawn, expect A or B.
Very much Anna, isn't it? Just dynamic as ever. 3 players actually leading over towards B early, and for Team Sweden, they've put pressure on A in both of these rounds. Anna reveals that she's there, and in fact, there's going to be a swing out of Melly as well. Very aggressive out the bat for Team Romania, trying to find a kill, but they've not come up with anything, and Jenkin's just taken the space in dark.
Yeah, so Romania feel that because this pressure has been shown and they've kind of swung, they've fired off the AWP and all the rest, that Sweden might go elsewhere. And they will. It looked for a second they weren't going to. That flash does not work out for Ratons, and she's in trouble. She's about to be split from 2 angles. And again, in dark, it's both. Perfect outcome for her. Anna doesn't even really get a chance to get involved this round, and she's about to go down. This is going to be flawless.
That's a really good round. That's a really good round from Team Sweden. They take the space. They don't get sort of upset by the aggression. They don't really fight it. Instead, they just go elsewhere. Zaz gets a really good timing where she hears the flashbang play, which means Giuliano's ready. And then you just got all these extremity players just taking lumps out of the defense. It's a very clean round of CS. And Team Sweden on the ascendancy, this is more what I expected on Mirage. And I think this is the kind of game we're going to get. And this might be really one-sided if Romania isn't too careful. I know that's a really ambitious thing to say 3 rounds in, but I believe it.
I think the type of T-side that Sweden are playing in this series that we saw in Mirage and we've seen at the start here, I think it worked well in Mirage, and it's the type of calling that works even better on Anubis. I think especially with the way that kind of the rotations work on this map and the way mid works. So we'll see how Romania can respond to that. Giuliano is going to be the puppet master. Puppet mistress.
They're anticipating aggression. And they're going to get it. Out A. Flashbang play, but it doesn't matter. Zaz will finally not be immortal any longer, but it doesn't matter. All the pistols are cleaned up. A couple of kills is a nice consolation, but Team Sweden, they got more than enough money to burn. 4-0. Get that one out of the way. Let's see the gun round.
Straight into it. All M4s. Everything Romania could possibly hope for. And I'm always curious to see how teams approach the CT side. We saw that first gun round was pretty standard. Three lane B early. The AWP starts there, and then their rotations kind of got played with. I wonder, what point will we see different types of aggression come out on the CT side? Because that can often be the big difference. Anna's playing more supportive in middle, but she will move to A, and that is where Sweden go. Very fast. We saw M7 entering on Mirage. She's going to do it on Anubis as well, but put down by Alexa. 1-for-1. Zaz on the tray. Good flashbang. Anna can't fight forward, and she's run down. Zaz closer than anticipated. Not quite spotted as she scaled the stairs. Sweden will get the bomb down. A 4-on-3. They are actually sticking around on the CT side. Lena gets one. There is a way in. Flash hangs forward. Yankin drops the flames. They're pushing through it. This is just pure chaos, pure brawling, and it's all Sweden.
Before they got that kill, I was just going to say save. Immediately, you get the 2 openers there. Team Sweden, they've got good progression again. Zaz, you can see her consistently pushing in towards CT, trying to lock off that rotate point. The utility is constantly being recycled over towards camera every single time Team Sweden go for this A play. You could never get back in there. And it's the one kill that incentivizes them to give it a go. But as a consequence, you throw away everything. And that's now twice in which the Team Sweden have scaled incredibly aggressively up on Anna. And she's not ready for how close they can get. And speaking of how close they can get, they're running straight in to this bomb site. But it's Lena and Melly that do the damage. Melly's now swinging for more. Anna steps in and helps out. And this time, Team Sweden have completely run into their own demise.
Yeah, that's the first one of those rounds that we saw. It was so prolific on Mirage, where just the pistols get it done. And yeah, it's a stack. And they just try and force their way through, knowing that Romania's money is in the bin, so they can just press W. They'll have the better weapons. It doesn't matter if your head gets clicked off by a P250 or 2. That one stings a little. But ultimately, it's only the first round for Romania.
Yeah, but that's a freebie. That one shouldn't be going in their favor. And none of these rounds have been incredibly close. Double swing out B. Oh, shoulder spotted. Missed shot out of Anna, but Melly's there, but only for a moment because Emsan has yet again opened up the bomb site. Lena offset by the Molotov, walking ahead of it, will get that trade, but it's Giuliano that is now delivering all of the damage out for Team Sweden. Alexa thrown into a 1-on-3, smoked off at both instances. This is going to be a really tough retake, and I don't even think she should go for it.
No moments to breathe when the action starts in these rounds. Like, an entry kill happens and the entire round is decided in the next 20 to 30 seconds. Alexa needs to leave. Yeah, you're not winning this
Please
time.
leave.
Keep the M4. Please, I'm begging you. It's not worth your life. Julia gets her third in the round. You can see how that could come through Romania. Melly actually controls the spray onto the second player. Like, this is sick from her, but it was just the dink. Needed that second body shot to confirm the kill, and that could have given time. Juliana very sharp on her shots with the sniper.
Yeah, it's cool to see Giuliano kind of playing with the sniper again, because obviously in big she doesn't. She's secondary ops, but it's Zana primarily that obviously will wield that one. So it's a nice kind of nostalgia trip whenever you see Giuliano on the AWP.
She's been fantastic as well, particularly against Denmark and Portugal. She was the best AWPers ever. Oh, actually, Ransom was very good as well.
Oh, if it gets Portugal, that's against Zana.
Yeah, no, she was. I think she was in the head-to-head versus Zana, performing better.
Damn. This is going to be a fast B split. Ito's going to be poured in, and now Lena and Melly need to hold on. That's a miss Molly, though.
Smoke, actually a little uncomfortable. Not going to matter, though. They're just going to run through it. Lena gets hers, but Melly falls without anything. Lena, it's a wild spray. She runs out of bullets, and she's run down. It's a no-scope, of course. Player advantage for Sweden. Anna is very quick into CT. Zaz is going to hear her from behind. Juliana is taking down part of the support.
Knife.
Oh, Anna.
Knife.
Oh, Zaz is going to do it. No! Oh, come on, Zaz. Anna wouldn't have held it against you. Oh, no. Come on. It would have been funny. It's not like, there's no bad blood there. They're teamies.
They're teamies?
What? What else would you call them?
Teammates.
Teamies.
I guess you don't call them enemates. You call them enemies. 7-1. And now we are starting to see that T side.
Missed you. That was good.
Just trying to pick up on the vibe. Oh. I don't think you can kind of... I don't know. You're the knife expert.
That's a right click. Yeah. She can get that off. Even if she misses, it doesn't matter. Anna's scoped in on an AWP. So, like, you just duck and you'll get your left in.
Nice. Oh, we got DC. Not ideal.
Well, right. While we've got the DC, I can rattle off a bit of info on how the other games have gone. Because obviously there's all the upper bracket games going on at the same time. So we've got this one. Obviously, you know how that's going. France versus Serbia. First match went the way of France, 13-3. Second one is currently 10-2. So France looking to 2-0 Serbia. I gotta say that was probably the most obvious outcome when you looked at all these teams and how they're performing so far. France have yet to drop a map. Spain versus Portugal. This one is actually quite close. First map, went 13-10 to Portugal. Second one is currently 4-1 up to Spain, so a very close affair between those two. And then Poland versus the Czech Republic. That one is currently 1-0 to Poland, which isn't a surprising score because Poland is Navi Javelins. But it was a very close map one round and 13-9 on that first map.
Okay.
So Poland may put through their paces a little bit. What's exciting about Poland this time? So last time we had a Polish team, it was Tropic Queens, I think.
Yes.
Played last year. But this time we get Navi again. So they've kind of like rotated in different years. So excited to have them.
And it was
kind of
them that won in Bali, right? So
yes, exactly.
They're technically looking to retain, if they want to look at it like that, because they didn't get the chance to compete last year. This is an aggressive smoke, and this is Lena pushing further forward. First time we've seen real aggression coming out of Romania, and it has been working, although maybe just for a moment. We're in a 3-on-3. Giuliano, why would you expect her there? You wouldn't, but she misses the shot. And somehow, the CTs and the Ts have all swapped over. Ouch.
All right, M-San, show us what you got. Oh, she's just going to be run down. There's so many CTs here. There's no way you can go. Even getting one would have really not mattered too much. Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier, right? I feel like a good Anubis team is defined by their CT side and what you can achieve on it, and you need to have these different variations you can pull out. So it's really cool to see them being able to have a few different options. There's this aggressive push, taking the canals control. It works out really well for them, and Sweden make the right choice to push through middle as the response, but they lose too many plate lays elsewhere.
Yes and no. They make the correct decision to go mid, in my opinion, but you've seen that they've pushed through dark. Why would you not go B?
True. I guess it's a longer time. You know, there's a chance they can fall back and beat you to B. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
As long as you're decisive on the call.
That's true. It doesn't ultimately matter as long as you go together. I think that's a good lesson to learn, actually.
Anna. Gets away.
Oh,
cost her teammate. But hey, at least Anna's still here. You mentioned you expected her to be playing in mid a bit. Definitely a high impact position with the AWP. The rotation's very fast. Should be smoked off and has to go the long way round.
They're just going to pop. They've seen that smoke being thrown at B main. You're going to reset because you've got the control off near towards A. They're just going to go. And there's that kill one towards Melly. There's the acceleration. They might even disrespect the smoke here. Lena needs at least 2, but she can only find 1. And suddenly it's a 3-on-2. The bomb site belongs to Team Sweden. And you know Anna was over towards camera. The rotation's going to be far away. And Alexa's probably going to be joining her.
Melly needed to get something. 2-on-3. Juliana's line. Yeah, that's all too easy for her. And Anna immediately, she's not one to stick around when she knows that it's not going to be working out for her. To extract herself with the AWP. Making sure she's not being pursued first, and she's not. What do you reckon's the number Romania need? Do they need 4, or can they get away with 3?
Oh, they needed 5. Yeah. I would say 4, to be honest.
Next best number.
Yeah. I was thinking, yeah, 7-5 would actually be pretty decent here, considering how the landscape has currently looked in this first half. But it's just Sweden making that decisive decision-making. I think that's the perfect adjective, as you described it last round, where here you saw the smoke timing go down. M-Sand's already quite far advanced in B main, and you've got space. You've heard the smoke over towards A as well, so you know they're not going to be aggressing. They've got no info. And this time it's going to be a little bit faster. Smoke's already gone quite deep. Alexa's only here with an MP9. That smoke again, we know it's going to be disrespected. Anna on the AWP, this time not here. And once again, a rifler can only find 1 kill.
Yeah, I can just hold W off the spawn.
Has save this.
Gets ahead of the molly and bursts in. Yeah, well, you're saving now. It hurts to say it. Oh.
Okay.
Well, no reason not for Sweden to send everybody at this to make sure that Romania take nothing out of this round. They can lock them in.
Giuliano hunting Anna with the AWP is so audacious, and yet it just works. Lena can scoop it up, thankfully. Can hear the players below her. Will survive in this corner. But that's 9.
Taking no damage there. That's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't know that either. Damn. Okay. Well, she definitely got the AWP. Nice shot here.
Yeah, it's a saving grace because Anna's AWP has really been the only kind of... Well, actually, it's not really... There's been a few rounds she's got an opening kill, but it's not equated to too much. It's... Definitely, you can see whether that's just because the structure isn't there to support her or what, but not the same sort of impact out of Anna on this map.
Nice flash. That's a great flash. And it's only when Romania have been taking the fight to Team Sweden that they've actually netted a lot of success. And this time with that opening kill, Team Sweden feel like they just have to commit in towards this A bomb site now. Again, you are challenging Alexa. Again, Alexa's only got an MP9. But maybe on the smoke phase, she could find something. Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's going to find something, all right. It's called bullets. Actually, she steals some of her own out, so that's something with the MP9. Radon's looking for another. She gets it. So the advantage. Melly's got a Negev. I didn't notice that before. I don't know if she'll get to fire it off because she's probably going to upgrade to a rifle of some sort. No, she gets the kill with the Negev. Ah, Melly. We love you.
Everyone's favorite player because she's so troll sometimes and it just works. Fair play. Look, you had to buy a gun. It was the last round of the half. They get free. Is that enough? No. So it's gonna be quite difficult, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say going into this series that I have to pick Romania to win every single game.
Because of Leno Cook and she called you out on Twitter and roasted you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe in the Melly comeback. The Negev has inspired something, I think, in the ranks.
Yeah, she didn't call me out, which was quite nice. Just you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Melly. All right, let's see what they got. Team Romania for this comeback. Anna racing, trying to deal with Zaz, but it's the dual Berettas up close that deal with both Anna and Ratons. But saying that, Team Romania do have mid. But the whole situation is looking a little bit average. 3v5 running into A. Bomb can't get planted at the moment, or maybe it can, because there's Melly with 2 quick kills. Alexa finds another and a second. This is completely turned back on its head.
That's my goat. Now Zaz has to get every single kill, the full house, to get this one for Sweden. Now she's spotted so many T's. Should be on her line. And Alexa with the 3K. Real massive impact from her. But it's Melly with the 2 openers onto A that gives them the bomb plant, gives them the space to work with, and forces them to funnel into Alexa's Glock.
Yeah, really nice. Just immediate decision making. I like the fact that you got the different points of elevation as well. With Alexa going up towards CT, you got Melly down low and towards the site. Makes it really difficult to try and trade out that position. Maybe I should support Romania as well, actually, because thinking about it, Anna did quote tweet me and throw shade on me when I said Imperial weren't going to win. So maybe.
Yeah. We have to pay for our crimes.
We do.
Difficult being a hater.
Okay. Only 2 kills. Yenkin, she finds another one. Oh, she's got no bullets in the MAC-10. Backpack spotted as well. It's done. It's over. It's Romania getting another one. Maybe 3 was enough.
I feel like their T side, I mean, obviously, is going to be a lot stronger. It's why it surprises me that they didn't pick it to start with, right? Just to get off to a good start. Maybe they wanted to get the hard half out the way, but that just puts Sweden in a comfortable position where they just need 4 rounds to win. But now it's only 4 rounds between them, so not out of reach. Anna's AWP on the T side. And Anna in a surprising position where she's bottom of the scoreboard of the entire server. So her impact's going to need to be felt.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Just would assume that she wouldn't be that.
Fair assumption. She just was never really in the right place on that CT side. But is this time perfect timing on the flash swing. Fully blinded, hits her mark. Opening kill for Romania.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Lena, it's a little bit worse for wear. Zaz trades out. There's so many biffs going on all over the map. There's so many trades now. Anna finds Zaz and look at Giuliano. She hears them run away. She's going to drop on towards mid. Raton's not ready. Suddenly, it's a 2-on-2.
Yeah, Giuliano's low, though. And smoked immediately, so she can't even get involved. Mia. Oh, catches it. Alexa behind the post. Anna in a 1v2. We know this is the position she does her best work in. Oh, they're behind each other. She has no idea. Giuliana's behind her on the outside of the pillar. The no-scope, and the second doesn't connect. What a crazy round. An insane position. Remarkable for Sweden to bring that one back.
I thought she did it. As soon as she hit the first no-scope, I was like, okay, she's hit it. She's won. She's done it. There's no chance. There's just craziness going on. But the guns come out. Team Sweden prevail in the most unlikeliest of circumstances. Wow. Okay. Sure. I was ready. I was so ready, Anna. That would have been her 4th kill in the round as well.
Yeah, almost doubling her kills in one round. It comes so close as well. Big round from Nia. First of all, getting Alexa and then finding that final mark. That's broken Romania. But these are the rounds that they were able to make happen on Mirage. Don't be counting them out just yet.
Look at Zaz. Oh, this is so horrible. Flashbang's so nice, but Ratons maybe should be expecting this now. No. Gets overwhelmed by the MP9. Nia also activates from A main. 2 quick kills for Sweden. They're punishing. And they're twisting the knife here on Anubis.
Yeah, I'll say the one thing about this map is that with rounds like this, I think it's harder to capitalize on a kill. Especially when Sweden gets so aggressive. It's not like you can really go anywhere if you do find something like that. That kill they just found there doesn't result in space. And with split defenders, it'll be a 2-on-2 wherever they go. Oh, okay.
Hang on.
Sam's silent and deadly. Can't get the second though. So it's given an opportunity. A bomb plant is something at the very least. And
There's no health.
Might be able to get more out of it. She can catch a timing, but Juliana's going to come round and it's not her who gets it done, but it's done regardless. And it's 11 for Sweden.
If she had a bit more health, maybe, but Jenkins swinging at the perfect moment just locks that in. You can see that one really unfolding, though. You can see the stars almost aligning there. The fact that they get a bomb plant out of that is massive. That's a 4-on-2, and they're able to get a bit more money for themselves moving forward. But they are ultimately running out of time. 2 rounds away from Team Sweden taking the series, putting Romania down to that lower bracket.
Huge round from MSAN as well. Being able to get one and disallow that space, force it into a 1-on-2 where Romania are very unlikely to win with the low HP. Almost won it single-handedly herself before the bomb went down. Looking like aggression from the CTs, perhaps. They're set very close to doors. Maybe just wanting to be on the angle with the AWP. And you can swing, and okay. It's a 1-for-1. It's being a bit costly for the CTs.
But look at Zaz. Just look at Zaz go. She's again pushing this smoke. Ratons is holding for it. Raton's in the perfect line to disrupt this. Zaz is not going to be ready for this whatsoever. Good collection, but Nia's dealt with Lena. And that's the heaviest hitter for Romania so far.
Yeah, I think Lena being spotted was actually what caused Zaz to kind of turn there as well. Try A after it's just been closed. MSAN's not far from Nia. It's definitely the stronger side of the map to break through. Flash forward. It is good, but they're not ahead of it, and the counter flash is better. They burst in, but MSAN gets the double. And it's on to Anna. Another clutch required. Spotted. Can't hit her shot. MSAN with the hold. A triple kill, and Sweden on to series point.
It felt like a few rounds ago, if you actually take a look at MSAN and her stats, wasn't really delivering, but it's just a clear case of stats don't tell the full story, because every single kill MSAN has got this game has been incredibly impactful for Team Sweden, and this round is no exception. This round is just the cherry on top and really brings forward MSAN in the spotlight of the amount of impact that she's been providing, because it has been there all game long.
That last kill's crazy. She banged that box more than Amazon delivery driver. Yankin heading aggressive, has Zaz by her side. The flashbang from Giuliano is perfect. It's a 3-on-5 for Romania. As the doors slowly close. They've missed their chance. Pick up the parcel.
Oh, Jenka's now seen literally everyone out B. We'll find one. Take one to the grave with her. Giuliano on the swing. Has just no scope headshot. Not one, but 2. Out the server. See you later, Team Romania. Down to the lower bracket you go. It's Giuliano that closes out in style, and Team Sweden continue their journey in that upper bracket.
I'm sorry, that's outrageous. She does not double no-scope them. close series. Well, I think that sums up the the game pretty well because it was a chaotic series. I think map 2 followed our expectations to the most part. I think if we'd maybe seen Romania start in that T side, we might have got a bit more out of them. I don't know whether we would have made a massive difference. Being able to play out that full T side would have had them going into the CT side, probably with the round advantage, given kind of how things were going. So yeah, maybe it would have been different, maybe not. Either way, they were definitely underdog in the series and on that map in particular. In Sweden, do it in style.
The best bit about that was not only the kills, but when production kind of came back to us, you could hear just like the echoes of the "oh!" It's because everyone was just so hyped so that actually happens. Like that was Giuliano. Hi.
Yeah, that was Giuliano.
Yeah, that was Giuliano. Showing Anna how to do it, right? Ridiculous.
Yeah, Anna definitely, you could tell this wasn't her comfort pick. I think on the CT side, it's like we said before when this map first came into the pool, that CT side's really hard to AWP on. Like, you never feel like you're in the right place. It's really hard to get those timings, and I think teams have gotten a lot better at it, and that's not necessarily the case anymore. I think CT AWPing is still very, very strong, but if it is a map that you've not had a lot of those official reps on, it's a really hard role to play. And you can see that discomfort. And that's why the CT side struggled, because a lot of these players lack that comfort.
And what makes it worse is Team Sweden are just being really aggressive. They are just choosing where they want to go almost immediately. And it makes things just so difficult for you, especially if you're an inexperienced team on this map. You never really know which way to go. And sure, you've got the odd round that you can pull out, the aggressive sort of takes on that CT side, but they came way too late. And they came when Team Sweden didn't really sort of have breakpoints in their economy to the point where you could have reset them, you could have got a couple of rounds in a row. That was the real difficulty. And whilst Romania started out strong, as soon as the gun rounds came in for Team Sweden, it was just one-way traffic.
Yeah, shout out Lena, at least for Romania. I thought she had a really good map overall. Not necessarily the player you look to, but great to see her stepping up. And in fact, it was her and Alexa actually were probably the players that felt like they were having the most impact. I will say, shout out Melly. Just generally, just shout out Melly. Great gal. But also brought out the Negev in the final round. So that's pretty good. And, was a big part of winning that pistol too. So kind of set them on the right path. But yeah, the one good sign is that it was individuals other than the stars of the team that were stepping up, so we know the capability is there.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's the same for Sweden, because, hang on, you've got Giuliano there, you've got Zaz, you know what to expect out of both of these players, but you've got M-San who gets recently introduced to kind of the national stage, where she hasn't really had that experience before. And that was some of the best impact I think I've ever seen on Anubis, just out of her generally. Like, there was so many good moments from her where she was just getting so many of these just important kills to keep Team Sweden afloat.
Yeah, absolutely. And that wraps up our first game of the day. So remember, it's all of these opening best of threes in the upper bracket that are playing out now. I think that France has finished theirs. Poland has finished theirs. So your other three winners in the first one, Spain and Portugal, still playing out. And we've still got one more game, guys, to come. We've got a game coming out later. We're going into the lower bracket. It's going to be Belgium versus Denmark. It's going to be an exciting one. They're all elimination games in the lower bracket. That's coming up in about an hour and a half. So you got time to grab yourself a snack, get all cozy, get all comfy, and get ready for some more Counter-Strike action.